Martell Holt, Arionne Curry, and the entire LAMH Huntsville universe, things are getting messy again. Like, really messy. This situation has everyone talking across social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, because just when fans thought Martell might finally be turning over a new leaf, here we go again. And y'all, the way this whole thing is playing out, it's almost like déjà vu. So grab your snack, sit tight, and make sure you watch this video all the way to the end, because the way this story unfolds, every detail, every twist might just make you look at Martell Holt and Arionne Curry in a whole new light. Now, let's start with what set the whole thing off. Arionne, yes, the same Arionne Curry who's been connected to Martell Holt for years, went on Instagram and did what she always does. Posted a picture of her man, her man, her man. And she did it with that same boldness she's known for. The caption made it clear she was talking about Martell. She was proud, smiling, letting everybody know that she's still here and still in the picture. But here's where it gets interesting. Martell didn't post her back. Not a single picture, not a single word, not even a like. And that right there was all it took for the fans to go wild. People flooded the comments saying, if he's really your man, why can't he post you too? Or why is it always one-sided with this man? And honestly, those are fair questions, because this isn't the first time Arionne has gone public while Martell stays silent. If you've been following this saga, you know this has been the pattern for years. Arionne will make the big moves, she'll put it all out there, she'll declare her love, and Martell? He'll stay quiet. It's almost like he wants the world to know, but doesn't want to take responsibility for it. And every time she does it, fans hold their breath like, okay, maybe this time he'll post her. Maybe this time he'll finally claim her. But every time, it ends the same way, with silence on Martell's end, and frustration from Arionne's followers who keep asking why she keeps doing this to herself. But this time, something different happened. Because while the social media back and forth was heating up, fans started noticing something strange on Love and Marriage Huntsville itself. For the first time ever, people were saying Arionne Curry's name on the show. Not the other woman, not the side chick. Her actual name, Arionne Curry. And that small detail changed everything. You could feel the shift immediately. Suddenly, it felt like the show, the cast, and even the producers were ready to break the unspoken rule that had kept her name out of everyone's mouth for years. That move got people asking, why now? Why are these same people who never dared to say Arionne's name suddenly giving her credit? And let's be real, Martell has always been a man who loves attention. Whether it's good attention or bad attention, he thrives on being talked about. And right now, Arionne is giving him exactly that. Every time she posts something, it creates buzz around his name. It keeps him trending. It makes fans tune in just to see how the cast will respond. And that, my friends, is priceless in the entertainment world. But while Martell might be playing the game, fans are divided. Some people are defending Arionne, saying, let her post who she wants. She's grown. She's been through enough. They argue that she's just living her truth and refusing to let anyone shame her for it. But others aren't buying it. They say, girl, how many times are you going to do this? He still won't claim you publicly. He still won't post you. You're still getting crumbs. And those comments sting because deep down, they reflect what a lot of people have been thinking for a long time. Arionne keeps showing loyalty to a man who won't do the same for her in return. And then there's Melody Shari, because even though she's not directly involved, you know she's watching all this unfold with a mix of frustration and maybe even pity. Melody has been through it all: public humiliation, betrayal, heartbreak, and she's come out stronger. These days, she's focused on her music, her business ventures, and raising her kids. She's set boundaries with Martell, and she's made it clear that their relationship is strictly about co-parenting now. But you can bet that she's shaking her head watching the same old drama play out again, because she knows this pattern better than anyone. And her fans? They're louder than ever.
They're saying they see right through Martell's moves, that he's using Ariana to distract from his own lack of progress. Meanwhile, Carlos King, being the genius producer he is, knows exactly what he's doing. Allowing the cast to say Ariana's name now? That's a ratings move. It gives the audience something new, something bold, something they've been waiting for. People have been wanting Ariana's story to be acknowledged on screen for years. And now, by finally doing it, Carlos has reignited interest in Love and Marriage Huntsville like never before. And while some fans might call it messy, others are eating it up because, let's be honest, this kind of drama is what keeps the show alive. And speaking of the show, let's not forget the rest of the cast. Letitia Scott, Marsa Scott, Kimmy Scott, and Maurice Scott have all been drawn into this situation in one way or another. Letitia especially seems to be softening her tone when it comes to Ariana. Not long ago, she would have never spoken up in her defense, but now she's out here saying things like, Ariana is not a side chick. Ariana is Ariana. That line alone sent social media into chaos. People were split. Some applauded her for being mature and giving Ariana her due respect, but others thought it was nothing more than strategy. Because, let's be real, on a show like Love and Marriage Huntsville, every word, every comment, every scene can shift public opinion. So maybe Letitia's comment wasn't about kindness. It was about keeping the conversation going. And Carlos King knows that when people talk, ratings rise. Kimmy Scott, on the other hand, has always been the calm voice in the storm. She's not one to pick sides, but the fact that she's even saying Ariana's name now means something. It's almost like the whole cast got a memo saying, it's time. Kimmy's careful with her words, but you can tell she's trying to walk that fine line between acknowledging the situation and not giving it too much power. Maurice, too, has stayed in the background, focusing more on his own storylines, but you can sense even he's aware that Martell of Ariana's drama affects everyone on the show. When one person's storyline explodes, the ripple effect touches them all. And let's talk about Miss Wanda for a second. You know Wanda isn't going to stay quiet when there's drama. She's probably somewhere cooking up one of her famous lives, ready to give her 2 cents. And fans know when Wanda starts talking, things get even messier. She's loud, bold, and unapologetic. Exactly the kind of energy that keeps viewers glued to their screens. Some people love her for it, others roll their eyes, but either way, she's part of the heartbeat of the show. And you can bet she has plenty to say about Martell and Ariana's situation. She's probably already warning the women not to fall for Martell's charm again, because she's seen this movie too many times before. Now, when you really look at it, you start to realize that everyone's benefiting from this in some way. Ariana gets attention and validation, Martell gets a storyline and stays relevant. Carlos King gets the ratings and the buzz that every producer dreams of. Even the cast members get to weigh in, keeping their names trending and their fan bases talking. It's like one big cycle. Everyone wins, but at the same time,